G'day guys, before we hop into today's vlog, I just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. From now on, I'm going to be putting out daily vlogs every single day. I'm going to be tracking my process, playing these 1-2-6 max games, hopefully moving up in stakes. But even if I don't, you'll get to watch me fall on my face every single day on this YouTube channel. So make sure you hit subscribe so you get the new videos as they come out every single day. For now, onto the vlog. G'day guys, welcome back to the vlog. It's currently 6 AM on another cold Melbourne morning. I did have a bit of a sleep in today after I was pretty shitty, to be honest, most of yesterday due to a lack of sleep. I decided to have a little bit of a sleep in today, but also I've already got breakfast sorted. I'm just going to have some leftovers that should not take that long to prepare, so we'll be able to hop into the game straight away. Hopefully we're not going to lose out on any volume from today's sessions. We're looking to get that 1,500 hands, and hopefully we can play the A-grade game poker yet again, just like we did yesterday. So it is 6:20. I'm fully fed and ready to go and grind out these poker hands. The only thing I'm going to do today is just continue to focus on that over aggression. If I do start to get tired or tilted, just make sure I play good solid poker for this session. Let's get into it. G'day guys, it's about 3:45 in the afternoon at the moment. I've already wrapped up both of my sessions for the day. Ended up playing a total of 6 hours and 21 minutes for a grand total of 1,581 hands. So absolutely stoked that we smashed our hand goal for the day. Again, in terms of my gameplay grade though, both sessions combined, I'm going to give myself a C. I do feel like in the morning session, I did play really well. I was focused on not being too overly aggressive if I did get fatigued. So I gave myself an A for that session. But then when I came back in the afternoon, to be honest with you guys, everything went to shit. I was absolutely just being way too aggressive, 3-betting too much, double barrel bluffing too much, which is the thing I said I needed to focus on, but apparently the fatigue got to me towards the end of the second session of the day, and I did lose focus and I did not play as well. I actually gave myself a D for that session. So to average it all out, I gave myself a C for the day, which obviously I'm pretty disappointed with. And as you would probably expect, having had such a poor performance, I did end up losing 316 on the day. I've talked a lot in this vlog about being too overly aggressive when I do get fatigued or tilted in certain spots. And I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an example of what I actually mean and what that actually looks like in-game for me. So there was a low jack open from an unknown opponent. They go ahead and open it up to 6. Then another unknown opponent calls in the cutoff. And the actions on me in the button, I have ace-4 of diamonds. I decide to go ahead and 3-bet to 21 here. Now look, in a vacuum, I don't think 3-betting ace-4 suited here is a mistake, but the thing that does make it a mistake in this particular dynamic is that I'd already been 3-betting a bunch, I've been double barreling a bunch on this table. So it is a good move to mix in, but not when you already have such an aggressive table image. I'd rather do it with a stronger hand, like, 10s plus, ace queen, something like that, rather than the ace-4 suited. I think just calling or even making a tight fold would be much better options for me in this spot. Regardless though, I do make the mistake. I go ahead and 3-bet to 21, and then both the low jack and the cutoff call. So we go 3 ways to a flop of 10-9-5 with 2 clubs. Both the players check it over to me, and you might expect me to c-bet here, saying I've been too overly aggressive, but I think even when I'm fatigued and on tilt, I know not to c-bet in this spot. I do go ahead and check it back, trying to take showdown value with their ace high. So we're still 3 ways to turn, which is the ace of clubs, which is a pretty interesting one. Both the players check it over to me again, and I have a pretty interesting decision whether I want to bet my top pair for value here or just check it and try to take our showdown value. The reasons I like betting here are there's 3 clubs on the board, both of the opponents have a lot of pocket pairs in their range. A lot of those pocket pairs are going to have clubs, so I can go here and try to get value from those hands. The reasons I like checking though is because those hands might fold if I bet, and if those hands are folding when I bet, like what am I getting called by? It's only hands stronger than ace-4. Obviously they can have better aces in their range, stuff like ace-jack, maybe even ace queen. Obviously, if they have like 2 pair or a set, they're probably going to check raise here, which is going to put me in I'm probably just going to have to fold my top pair, to be honest. So I definitely see arguments to both sides of the equation. I think checking is the better play though, with ace-4 here. It's different if I have ace-king or ace-queen. I think those are better hands to barrel with, just because I can get called by the worst aces. But having said that, like I said, I'm being too overly aggressive because I'm fatigued and I'm on tilt. So I do go ahead and bet 23, and then the low jack folds and the cutoff calls. So we're still heads up to the river, which is the 3 of spades. I thought it was a pretty inconsequential card, but then the cutoff actually decides to lead out for 60. The action's on me here. I'm pretty confused in this spot by what my opponent is actually trying to represent with a bet, because I sort of made the assumption on the turn, if they did have a strong hand like 2 pair or a flush, they would check raise for value when I have a lot of ace-x type hands in my range. You're good. Little cameo from Elizabeth there. So yeah, I would have assumed that they would raise the turn, check raise the turn with a strong hand like 2 pair, set or a flush, because they would want to charge me value if I did have like, you know, ace-king with the king of clubs. They would want to get value from that hand. So I was pretty confused by this bet. I think it makes sense maybe if they have like the king high flush and then they just don't want me to check back a bunch of stuff on the river. Maybe that makes sense. Regardless though, he only bet about half pot. I'm getting good odds to call. I do throw in the call only for my opponent to show ace-10 of hearts. So obviously my read, the opponent would check raise a hand like 2 pair or a set on the turn was wrong. So there's one of the mistakes I made in the hand, but I think the bigger mistake I made in the hand was much earlier on. I do not think I should have been 3-betting and inflating the pot with a hand like ace-4 suited, especially when I should have known going in I didn't have a lot of fold equity pre-flop. So I think just inflating the pot there, then betting the turn as well, it just got to the point where this pot was really big. And then when I do make the 3rd mistake in the hand and call on the river, it's just the hands cost me 100, when if I played it much more sensibly earlier on, I might have only lost like 6 or so in the hand. So it just goes to show you the mistakes you make early on earlier streets, they exponentially get bigger and cost you more. So it's important to get those early streets right. So the big takeaway I'm going to take from not only this hand, but this session as a whole, is if I do have that better table image, make sure I 3-bet a tighter range, because those mistakes I make early on in the hand, they just get exponentially worse the further the hand goes. So I just need to be careful and 3-bet tighter. If I do have a bad table image and people are likely to call more often, just stay conscious of it. That'll be my goal for tomorrow's session. As for today's session and vlog, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get the daily vlogs as they come out. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.